Hello, everyone. Welcome to my Las Vegas race review of the Pensacola 400 that just ended probably like an hour and a half ago. Wanted to come up kind of blunt, like I kind of always do. The race was pretty mid today. Um, it was pretty surprising how like not exciting the race was. I was expecting a much more high quality race. Um, Really, not a lot happened in this race. Um, the few restarts we had, there was a lot of crazy 3 and 4 wide action and stuff, but honestly, most of the time Fox just never showed it. They were always focused on the top five, but like you can see, like in the faint background of the shots, there's 3 and 4 wide craziness, and they just never show it, right? So, but like after 5 laps, everyone gets a little strung out, and so the action goes down a lot more. But I mean, it was quite evident early that the Hendrick cars were in their own zip code today, especially William Byron, who went on to win the race. I mean, there wasn't really a lot to talk about. There's not going to be a lot to talk about, but yeah, I mean, Byron pretty much dominated the entire race, except that one part where Larson had the lead. But I mean, in the first 2 stages, there wasn't really anything to talk about. I mean, the only thing to talk about is, oh, Kyle Busch hit the wall. Josh Berry hit the wall. Wishing Chase Elliott a speedy recovery, by the way, after his leg injury. But and then Joey Logano hit the wall in stage 2. Other than that, there was literally nothing that really happened in the first 2 stages. I mean, it was weird. I thought it'd be a lot more racier than it was, and it just really wasn't that racy. Overall pretty disappointing from a racing quality standpoint. I think I don't know, it was just weird, right? Like I thought both Vegas races last year were really good, and this is just, I don't know, maybe just because it's a lot cold. I mean, that could be a big factor, right? Because it wasn't very warm there today. I don't know what the exact temperature was, but I knew it was supposed to be a little cool, probably like in the 60s, which probably didn't help it that much, unfortunately. There wasn't much to talk about. I mean, Bayern would look like was the class of the field all day, um, but then in stage 3 things started to pick up a little bit more. But we had the restart, and there's a 3 wide situation with Joey, Brad, and Kyle Busch, and they all just kind of squeezed each other a little bit. And Joey went for a spin that actually ended his day because he did like a Duke of Hazards jump, and then it like crushed his left front end, and broke a toe link or something in the suspension, which was unfortunate for him that he wasn't able to continue. But after that, they did pit stops. I think Eric Jones Eric Jones had a loose wheel on this one, and he had to like literally reverse it down pit road. As an Eric Jones fan, today was pretty frustrating with that, having a tire going down at the end of stage 2 and then crashing out in the last lap. So as an Eric Jones fan, it's been pretty frustrating start of the season, to say the least. But after the Logano crash, there was actually that did actually change up the field a little bit, because that's when Hamlin took 2 tires to get the lead, and that's when Larson got a better pit stop than Byron, and Larson was able to get in front of him and stay in front of him. Eventually got by Hamlin, and Hamlin was hanging on really strong on those 2 tires. And then once the green flag cycles happened, Hamlin was a lot weaker on 4 tires than the 2 tires, which is kind of interesting because Hamlin's car was better on the 2 tires than the 4 tires. I don't know exactly what happened. Maybe we'll mention it on his podcast when he records it. And then obviously, I think people are gonna talk about the caution, if it should have even been a caution. The Eric Almirola half spin. I think it was a borderline call, to be honest. It was like he was almost 90 degrees around, and then there was a lot of smoke starting to appear. So I don't necessarily blame him for throwing the caution, but it was a little trigger happy. But I'd say it was a borderline call overall. And then this is the final restart of the race, because the Eric thing was like 4 laps to go or whatever. Um, so I was kind of surprised that only Martin Truex stayed out. I thought more people would stay out. Um, and then a lot of people took 2 tires, and only a few took 4. And the restart was pretty crazy with 3 and 4 wide racing all around. And Truex honestly held on better than I thought he would. If Truex had a few other cars that stayed out with him, he probably could have won the race, but he didn't have anyone stay out with him, so he was kind of a sit-in duck. He obviously just did not have the grip with the no tires. It happens, and then you go down to the backstretch. AJ Allmendinger loses it, and then him, Michael McDowell, Eric Jones, and I think Ryan Preece, or it was SHR car, I believe, got involved and ended all their days on the white flag. And sadly, as an Eric Jones fan, he was the only one not able to cross the line. So he got credited with 19th place, and it's been a rough start as an Eric Jones fan this season. Not much else to say other than that. I was expecting a little more from them, but I guess like from a team standpoint today, the major thing was Hendrick was lights out. Like, they were class of the field. Him and Larson were in a different zip code. Bowman was very strong today, but not as strong as the other two. And then Josh Berry's subbing for Chase Elliott. Not much he can really do with the lack of experience. I honestly thought he would do a little better than he did. It'll be curious to see who they put in the car in the following weeks. But after 3 races, only 2 drivers have top 10 still, and Alex Bowman and Suarez, and I don't think many people have that on their bingo cards at the start of the season. But overall, the race was just kind of mid. It was very mid. Pretty disappointing overall with just everything. That's how you thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to have a really, really good race, but we really didn't. It was just kind of happened. It was a race, as I like to say sometimes, but it's what it is. Next week is Phoenix, where we have the new short track package. So hopefully that is a improvement over what we've had. I think Phoenix is probably one of the worst tracks in NASCAR right now, and it is a complete shame that the championship race is there. But I don't make those decisions. But there won't be a race review for that. I have work travel, and I'll actually be at the Phoenix race because my work travel goes to Phoenix. So I'm flying in on Saturday and going to the race before I have to go to the location of my work travel. So taking advantage of that opportunity that is there. So I hope you enjoyed this. There won't be one next week. Hopefully there will be one for Atlanta. Thanks guys for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I appreciate all the support you give me. See you in the next video.